Hey, good morning, guys. We drove all the way here to Irvine, where there is a Carmax, and we thought that Carmax auction will be at 8 because we have all the papers saying that it starts at 8. But when we got here, 8 a.m., and there's nobody. And when we talked with the guys who work here as a security, he said that basically everything opens at 10. So I don't know why they say at 8, but we have here a paper that says 8 a.m. And also, basically, it's quite difficult with Carmax auctions because there's not a lot of information, and that's why we came here physically early in the morning. There is no option to do it online, from what I understand. And also, when we did the small research, basically there are a few spots that Carmax does online, but they are not in California. So whatever we did is to come here and check it out in person. So there are two cars that are interested for us. Actually, yesterday we came here and we checked out the cars. There are a few cars that were interested. Then we saw 2018 Toyota Prius, still structural damage, and it looks pretty bad. And then 2014, it was repainted, stuff like that. So it will not bid on this too. But there's one very interesting one that looks pretty good. 2018 Ford Fusion Hybrid Titanium, and the Titanium is the highest package available out there. So we'll see approximately how much these cars go for, because there is no information online and there's no comparison between Copart, IAI, or other, for example, auctions. So we don't know how good Carmax is.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, this was the Fiasco. So basically, when we were there at 8 a.m., a little bit earlier than that, and the worker there, he said that yes, the auctions will be in person and online at the same time. So basically, if someone who puts a higher bid online, then it's sold online, they will tell that yes, it is sold online. And also yesterday when we came here to check out other cars, basically those cars that will be on the auctions today, and when we checked, and also people who were there, there was one person who helped us basically a lot, opening doors and stuff. And we asked her that the auction will be tomorrow here in person. She said yes. And also when we search online, also on Carmax Auctions website, there was no option to do it online. So we thought that we have to do it in person, and that's why we came that early. Carmax itself opens at 10 a.m., but the auction started at 8 a.m. When we waited until 10 a.m., close to 10 a.m., we came back to the lot, and there was another guy over there. When we asked him, where are all other people, where the auction is? And he said the auction will happen online only. There is no in-person auction. And then we asked where exactly, what is the website, and more questions. And he forwarded us to the Carmax building itself, but they open at 10 and at 10 a.m. And we were there at 9:40, something like that. The only thing that was left to find out how everything works to call that number that they have. So when you called Carmax Auction, there was automated message in the beginning that basically explained that when you log in, there will be a button you have to click to auction online, and there will be another separate app or a website that's called the Velocicast, and you have to log in there. It will be the same login and password that you have to Carmax Auction, but when you log in there, then you will be able to bid. But when we logged in, it was 10 a.m. and the auction was done, so we were too late. But the good thing, we found out a couple of things. First, you don't have to physically come there because auction starts at 8 a.m., but you have to wake up early and drive there. So we don't have that hassle anymore. The second option, the second learning curve that we found out, is that those cars, they actually go lower than we thought. For example, the prime example is 2018 Ford Fusion hybrid titanium, which for resale it goes at least for $15,000. So there was one ad that I saw. The same car, it had 123,000 miles, but it was selling for $16,000. And this car that was at the auction, it had 94,000 miles. It was in basically great shape. We were ready to buy it. And also before everything, we were discussing what is the highest bid that we could put. And we're thinking about $11,000, $12,000. And then when the auction is finished, when we logged in, the car was sold for $10,750. We don't know how much the auction fee is. Let's say it will be another $1,000 on the top of it. So basically, the car will be close to $12,000. And that's the price range that we were looking for. And we could, theoretically, if we want that car, we paid it, and after detailing, stuff like that, we could put it for sale for $15,000. If the theory would work out and the car gets sold for $15,000, then we'll make approximately $3,000. And there was another Prius that I was talking about. It was 2013 Toyota Prius plug-in hybrid, but it had a structural damage on the. When you look at the Carmax list, it says that it has structural damage. Also, we thought in the beginning that structural damage, it means frame damage. So basically the car is done. But after today, when everything happened, we started thinking about what is the structural damage. And also the thought came when that car, specific car with structural damage and also major engine defect, basically the head gasket was blown. It was sold for $8,000. In our opinion, $8,000 is a little bit too much for that car, knowing that it has a head gasket problem. From our experience, head gasket we could fix approximately for $1,500, but that structural damage that kind of was turning us off. Good morning, guys. Yesterday we had rain. It was amazing. We didn't have rain for a few months now, and hopefully tomorrow, after tomorrow, also it will rain. This is something that I look forward to every single day, I would say. Some people may say, why you are in LA then? Yeah, I love LA. The weather is great, but I wish it rained a little bit more. And also, in this video, I would share a few things that happened, a few things that kind of is stopping us to move forward with dealership. So for the progress itself, we are still waiting for Westlake. Yesterday, we sent them a check for $500. They say it is for a deposit. I don't know why they would take a deposit, but it is what it is, still waiting for Westlake. And a few days ago, we found out that we need to actually apply for Experian Credit Bureau. In order for them to approve us, they have a third-party company that come to our office and they inspect. There are a few things that they want from us too. So one of them is paper shredder. Second one is antivirus on our laptop, on our PC, basically, because we have PC. But if you have laptop, you have to have a laptop lock so that nobody could open it, nobody could steal it, stuff like that. Also, you have to have a cabin, the one that we have with the lock and everything. So it is basically required for them too. And we waited 3 or 4 business days. And yesterday, actually, they called us and they scheduled an appointment. So basically, they will come on November 21st. Today is November 16th. So we got like 5 days. We have to wait for them to come. When they inspect, when we pass, hopefully, in 1-2 business days, they will send us the documents. And it will take from 4 to 5 business days for it to appear on our dealer center. Dealer center is our DMS, basically dealer management system. So this is important for us. About dealer track, as we applied for dealer track, and one of the main reasons why we applied for dealer track was to do documentations, because dealer center, our DMS, doesn't have that option. So we had to apply for dealer track. Thankfully, they do integration with each other, so it should be easy. But when we applied and we got approved after a few days, looks like we got approved for finance options only, and we don't need only finance option. By finance option, it means that you can work with more lenders. But it's not our main goal. Our main goal is title and registration. And with title and registration, I thought that everything will be one application, but later on we found out that we have to apply for dealer track, title, and registration separately. Which what we did, I believe, was yesterday or the day before yesterday, and we found out that they will also send application to DMV so that we have that option to work directly with DMV, and it might take from 2 to 3 weeks for them to approve basically our application. And I don't remember how usually people do, but it looks like it is taking too long to even start. We got our dealer license on November 2nd. Today, 2 weeks after that, we still cannot sell cars because we don't have everything ready. You can just imagine those people who started with a bigger lot and they pay like $5,000 to $10,000 for the rent. They will be just waiting too. I don't know why it is taking so long for everything, but it is what it is. But the good thing that the lady who's helping us with dealer track, who works with them, she said that while we are waiting for that DMV approval, we can do EROS. And our short Google search looks like EROS is like a application that you do in paper, and then you send that paper, something like that. But it feels like while we are waiting for DMV approval for 2-3 weeks, we have a chance or we have an option to still be doing our job. But it might be a little bit difficult, might be very difficult, I don't know, but we'll see. And about the insurance, dealer insurance or general liability insurance, we're having a hard time. People who we talked to, they said they cannot actually, nobody actually wants to finance it because we have a shared lot. And as I explained to you guys, Van Nuys Auto Mall, there are many other dealerships that work there, and insurance, they don't want to get involved in this kind of situation, because if there is a fire somewhere or someone else's car got on fire, whose insurance will pay for it if it damaged our car? So those kind of difficulties that insurance carriers, they don't want to deal with. So this is Carmax Auction. We came to the location of Murrieta, and right there is a regular Carmax, and then over here is for auction. We got here at 12 or 1 p.m. and we spent 3 to 4 hours checking everything, because the cars that will be on the auction, there are approximately 700 to 800 cars. They will be auctioned out tomorrow, which is November 20th. And we have got a few cars that we like, and we'll try to bid on them online this time, and hopefully we'll win something. But this area looks pretty good. It's close to 2 hours to come here, but here are a ton of cars. Too much car, I would say, and hopefully we'll win something tomorrow. It's auction day. Right here we have 4 lanes, starting from lane A, B, C, D, and we have got 3 cars basically that we want to bid on. is A167. The max that we can beat is 6K, B224, 8K, D665, 8K. So this is lane A, this is lane B, C, D. So we don't need actually C because we don't have any car on C. But here we have 3 that we have to look on. This is our first time doing it, so wish us good luck. So we finally bought the car. Basically, from 3 Priuses that we were looking for, the first one, when it was bidding, our max was 8,000, but it ended up selling for $9,000. We didn't bid any higher. So basically, when it was 8, we stopped bidding, and those people bought it for $9,000. And then right there, we understood that the maximum amount that we put is impossible to buy any car. And then there was another car that was waiting, which was 2014 Toyota Prius, which had around 86 or 89,000 miles on it. And we tried to bid on it. So basically how it works, when the auction starts, it shows the offering, basically the floor price from what it starts. And if there's nobody who bids on that floor price, they will lower the floor price. For example, if it started at $10,000 and nobody bid on it for a few seconds, it will go to 9 to 8 to 7 and goes lower. And from the moment that someone bids, then from there it goes up. And then when we were bidding, it got to $9,000, and our bid was $9,000. And then another person bid $9,250, and then we rushed and clicked. So basically, the end result was $9,500, and we were the one who won this lot. And with the auction fee was basically $4,035. And overall, our price that we paid for the car, it was $9,935. We just came here, we paid for it, and here how the Prius looks like. 2014 Toyota Prius has 46,000 miles on it, and right here it has some scratch over here. Probably we'll start learning how to do detailing or polishing basically. And we have a small probably accident here. That's why it doesn't sit right. There are many Priuses that they don't sit right. And from here on the other side, it looks pretty good. And from the front, it's also pretty good, except this side. Looks like the car was sitting in a lot, in somewhere a lot. So basically, we have to polish it a little bit. And here how it starts. 2014 Toyota Prius with 46,000 miles on it. And this is all the paperwork that we got. And that's it, I would say. I don't know if it is a good price or not, but from what we saw over there, the cars that were sold, it feels like to us that this was the best price that we could pay for this car. And of course, we wish that it was lower, but it is what it is. 9,500, close to $10,000 overall with the auction fee. We were worried that the Carmax auction fee will be higher, but thankfully $453 is not that high, so it is quite good, and it drives pretty good. Of course, we'll when we get home, we'll try to clean it and everything, and see how it looks like on the daytime. And we have to fix the front bumper and probably the left bumper and polish it a little bit. It is the daytime, and let me show you how the car basically looks like. A few things that I don't like is the scratches here, and the bumper is a little bit off. Here are some scratches.
Overall, here is the biggest one, and here are some scratches. Looks like old person or a lady who doesn't know how to drive, because there are a lot of things, hits and bruises here. And the car was stored somewhere for a year or two. They didn't drive anywhere. And we have to put this one back. And here's another scratch. It's pretty deep scratch, so I don't know how we could fix this one, but we'll give it a try. Yesterday, when I was parked in the parking lot and I went to In and Out to grab something to eat, and there some some person doesn't even know how to drive, I guess, or whatever, hit my car and scratched the whole rear side of my car, and even a little bit on my trunk. Looks pretty bad. I don't know the condition of the body inside this bumper, but I'm pretty sure it's quite bad. My deductible is $2,500, and when I called my insurance, they said that you have to pay deductible. If we can find that person who hit you, then we'll refund your deductible. But if not, it is what it is. So most likely I will not file anything with insurance because I don't want to pay $2,500. The only reason is that I don't have any information about the person who hit. I don't have even a license plate. That's the unfortunate part. Quite sad.